some really great opportunities for the NFT project.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to ask the NFT marketing, NFT influencers Twitter space a really weird question, and it's going to be very funny. Okay, and hopefully they see this eventually. But right now, they have no idea who I am. And then remember, the name is Lumpy Cat, motherfucker. All right.
Or weekly at least. Is it best to come at you with a success story rather than a pitch?
Great question.
And do you guys,
Oh,
on
wow.
your platform, do you see the metrics that support either of those thoughts?
I think a success story can be really huge.
Right.
It really depends on the pitch and the story. A lot of the sometimes.
Oh,
And
I'm
to be
sure they
honest,
do.
I don't have the time to read them.
You're not
I
shit,
just kind of
Kate
skim.
Irwin. Kate Irwin, you're not
A
shit.
success story can be really good if it's a lot of money. Like the Constitution DAO was an example of a DAO that
The Constitution
the media just
DAO.
latched onto because there was just so much money involved and in such a short period of time.
Wow.
And that's why people jumped onto it. I mean, everything about that project was kind of just a crazy media magnet because
All right, so
what it was about trying to.
I'm gonna act like I'm some weirdo kid, which I am, but I'm gonna act like I'm a kid that keeps talking about NFTs and I'm doing everything they say, and I'm gonna ask them. My question's gonna be, yeah, how do I not get beat up all the time? Like my dad hits me every time I bring up an NFT. What should I do? And then how do I make that into an NFT?
Success. So I guess it depends on the story, and I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I don't know if there's any other specifics that I can help answer.
So what about investing into virtual land, like metaverse land, Decentraland?
Oh, fuck you. I have some of that. I got some premium fucking land.
I think it depends. I
If
think that a lot of people are
if
kind
you're
of using it as a
broke, then
buzzword
definitely
right now,
don't.
and they're just jumping into it saying, hey, we
Oh,
bought land
shut
in
the
the metaverse.
fuck.
It's like, well,
The guy that's talking right now
what do you mean? Why?
is such a pussy.
Yeah. So if you have a valid reason as to why you're going to be using it and it makes sense for your business model, then great. I think it's a genius thing to add, and you can also use it as marketing because of how big of a buzzword
This guy,
it is. Plus, it's a big extent.
this fucking
shows how
guy,
legit you are, shows you're a real player in the space. But once again,
Commander,
don't
whatever,
be wasting money on things you don't need, and I don't think every project needs
He-
a piece of land. Yeah, but it's I think it's much more significant than that.
it's so significant.
It's great to want to be on trend, right? It's great to cater to something that people
I can't believe I'm
want and they're
sitting
excited
here
about, right?
in a
Absolutely
chat
great.
with these
But if you don't
fucking
have the means
pussies.
to do it, right? If you actually don't have the means to do
No.
it,
If you don't have the means to
don't
do it,
promise it.
you waste your money
don't
anyways,
promise
alright?
it. Don't
Should I say
don't
that?
put it out
Should
there.
I
Don't put
say-
it on your roadmap.
Should I say,
because
I
it could
disagree.
totally
I
derail
think
your
even
project.
if you have to take a loan, a
People
second
that-
mortgage,
People
do it.
would invest in the
It's worth
project
it. You can live
based
there.
off that alone, right? And it's misleading people. And I've seen entire communities
Families
destroyed.
destroyed.
I've seen projects that could have done a lot better
Marriages ruined.
totally lose momentum because they can't keep
Kids
up.
dying.
And, it's something that a lot of people are promising, and I have to
I'm
be
gonna
honest.
say,
A lot
I
of
took
them
a
can't
second
deliver.
mortgage out of my house based off
So I
of
think
your
it's
advice.
something
That's
that,
what I'm gonna say.
Projects in general really need to just think about are they going to approach that? And if they are, then don't promise it, but at least, for the very least, just say that you're interested in exploring it, right? Because there's nothing wrong with that. If you're
Just lead 'em
if you're
on.
going to explore the option, but just don't promise it to your community, because then going forward they're going to be very disappointed, and it could have really detrimental effects on your project.
100%. There's a lot of projects out there that are basically putting on their roadmap, they're going to create a video game, right? And you're like, oh, sick, bro. Like, let's say, for instance, okay, no names. But There's projects out there that
Doesn't even
time
know.
and time again have promised
Yeah,
a
what?
video game,
Name one.
some sort of metaverse world, right?
I could name one. 3D punks.
Create a 3D asset for every individual
Cat punks.
PFP, but they're also
Fucking
going
pussy.
to create a
Can't
video
even
game
name
where
that shit.
people can kind of go in
I should be
and
the speaker
do
of this
metaverse
shit.
stuff. All right, cool. But the problem is that the project only brought in $4 million.
Oh, is
Tell me
that all?
one video game out there that costs $4 million on Unreal Engine. Not one.
Not one worth playing. Zero.
Oh my god, yeah. Totally agree.
That costs
Tell me
$10
one.
million.
Tell me one.
Not one.
Yeah,
Fucking
not
all of
really.
them.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So-
yep, I'm agreeing with you.
Even if you brought in $10 million
Great
or
point.
whatever, the likelihood of you actually bringing in a video game that is on par with, let's say, what's a great kind of metaversey almost project out there, or not like video game out there? Anything that's open world survival, Minecraft,
It's horrible.
VR chat,
No.
no,
Are you?
Ark Survival Evolved.
This guy's naming the worst
Conan
games.
Exiles. These games
What about
all
Red Dead
have,
Redemption,
void.
motherfucker?
These
That's like
games
the
all
best game
have,
out there.
All
It's
these
just a
little
piece of
intricate
shit.
systems to build houses, farm things,
Hit.
create armors,
Hit.
and having in-game trinkets to put on your character and all that stuff. That took hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Now,
Okay.
we're
We're not using dollars. We're using crypto. So.
Some of these projects are being bold and super bold, saying that they'll be able to do it within 6 months to a year.
And what if they do?
Then guess what happens?
They do.
They give you a little, instead of giving you an actual, big 3D universe kind of game, what they gave you was a side scroller, 2D side scroller. And
Yeah. Well,
it's
invest at your
unfortunate,
own
guys.
risk. We
Let
all
me try to tell you that
we've
this
all
is
had
a video
these
game
fucking
that's
horrible
going
things
to,
happen.
that's going to be played by the masses.
People in these
And
spaces, if you're
Well,
hosting a
last time anyone here
space,
played,
majority of the time you're a pretentious
play a side
prick.
scroller.
And I
Yeah,
plan
you
on
know,
hosting one of
I
these
think
because I
that's
am a
what's really
pretentious
interesting
prick.
about right now and the people
But these
that
guys
are
are
up
more
here
pretentious. They're
talking about
snub.
the metaverse. We have somebody, a speaker up here, who's very knowledgeable on this.
That's me. Here we go.
This is I guess you could say their livelihood, their career, and
Yeah.
the
You could say
metaverse
that.
is something that they're very
Passionate, yeah.
very skilled in terms of
Hmm.
motion capture and
Thank
Hollywood
you.
and actual technology
Thank you.
that applies to these things and on the development side. And Brian's up here, and I'd love to hear what Brian
Well, that's
has
not
to
my
say
name, but
on something like this.
okay. Well, so what I want to say is just you
If
guys
you're-
are all
if you're here,
pussies. Can you hear me? Yeah, you're all
Brian
fucking
might be in
pussies.
Babyland.
That's a shame. Well, maybe
Oh
we can
shit, they
revisit
can't
this
hear me.
later.
Yeah. Whoops.
I want to add
My
something
name is
to that.
Lumpy Cat.
I think it's really important. for
I
everybody
requested to
dream
speak
big,
like 10 minutes
right?
ago,
I think that's
bitch.
always really important. I think that
There's so many check marks in here right
it's
now.
more important to anything you place in your roadmap
I'm about to make such a fool
needs
of
to
myself.
add value to your
You know,
project.
that's Lumpy
And
Cat.
it needs to increase the price of your
Don't
assets
take yourself
on
too
the secondary
seriously,
market.
ever.
If you're not doing that, you're really just doing something for hobby. Like you said, Commander, nobody wants to play a 2D side scroller, and that doesn't add any value to the project. In fact, it decreases the value because you weren't able to achieve your goal.
I wish they had a
and increase the
boo,
value of your
a
assets.
boo emoji. They don't have one of those.
I think something important to have on a roadmap as well is that it's subject to change. I think that a lot of people need to understand, like, a roadmap is not written in stone. Any business plan, if you've grown a business before, especially from scratch, typically your first business plan gets crumpled up and like thrown out the window, and you kind of just make a new one. And you do that over and over and over again until things are working really right and really smooth. And I don't think it's any different in this space. I think that the roadmap is a general idea of how you want to get to where you want to go. But how that actually happens, there might be a little bit different along the way. As long as you're still leading in the right direction, I think that's the main goal. And so being really cautious with your roadmap and saying that it is subject to change is something that can kind of be a good play to have.
I 100% agree, and I would go one further and say just leave it out of your roadmap. So at some point this evening, we are going to announce our project, my project, the project
wow.
we've been working on
I'm
for 5
so
months.
excited.
We're intentionally omitting things from the roadmap because we don't
Oh
know
my gosh.
the
Brilliant.
business that we'll do, so we
Fucking
don't know the
brilliant.
funds that we'll have. we don't know, B, what the community will want to have.
Wow,
So
right.
who am I to
Yeah. Who are you to fucking
dictate
talk right now?
to anybody, hey, we're going to
Exactly.
do this for you?
Shut the fuck up.
And C,
Let
we don't
Lumpy
know what the
Cat
space
talk,
and the technology is
bruh.
going to allow by the time we get to that point. So I think it's really important to just stay fluid.
Stay fluid,
and,
boys.
And not have an overachieving roadmap just to mint out. If you're doing something just to mint
so we're gonna
out,
practice. I'm gonna
you're
say
doing it for the wrong reasons because you're chasing the dollars.
Yeah, so I was just like...
I just want to add to that as well.
I was just like...
sometimes it's better to
under
promise and over deliver.
Totally.
Especially like with a lot of like NFT projects.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yikes.
So going back to purchasing land on Decentraland or whatever, $10,000 on pieces of land for a bar that may or may never be used, probably a bad idea for projects that don't have the know-how of, that don't have the resources, the developers, or the actual money to create 3D assets, game ready 3D assets. It's probably not a good idea. So, a lot of these projects are starting to try and follow the trend of turning their PFP projects into 3D
Brock
assets.
Pearson,
and that's great,
is in here.
but you gotta
A
find
wannabe
the right
influencer,
that's able
retired
to do
meme lord,
that.
and reality
at a
TV guy
really
turned
big
crypto
price.
nerd. I mean,
It's gonna come
these
at a
are
big ass
these
price.
are the kinds of people
Now,
that are in these chats. But
airdropping 3D assets. So here, airdropping 3D assets is also a bad idea. I would say don't do that because it's going to come at a huge cost for your project.
we didn't ask you.
You need to, because every single time you airdrop, 10,000 assets onto your project, it's going to come out, anywhere between 6 to 12 ETH just in airdrop fees. So that's another bad
go to
move.
Solana. Go to Solana.
So yeah, just be careful when you're talking about, you want to take your project to the metaverse because the likelihood of you doing.
How do I physically get into?
I really wish Brian was here to talk.
How do I
this
physically get
me too.
into the metaverse?
I was really looking forward to everybody in the audience
I heard there's
hearing
a
his insights.
portal or
It's
something I can take.
it's very important.
Let's see. I'm gonna text him actually. I think I have his number somewhere. While I'm doing this, let's go ahead and have Loli actually sing for us. Here's the part where we go on an intermission and we educate you and entertain you at the same time. So let's go ahead and have Loli sing for us today if you're down.
Yeah, bro, of course.
All right, sweet. What would you like to sing for us today?
What am I in?
That is a fantastic question. What would you like to hear, bro?
Is this a fucking cult?
It's up to you.
Oh,
Sing
okay.
a hymn.
Well, I love Cursed. You sung that yesterday.
Dude, what is this?
So
What the fuck?
I mean, we can do it again. Like, there's a lot of new people in the room if it's a song you resonate with. But if not, I can just choose something from the old catalog.
or you can do two. That's also an idea.
That is an option that exists. You're correct.
You'd be down for that.
I'm just gonna do the laughing emoji every time one of them
Yeah, why not, my man? Why
suggests
not?
something.
All right, we're Cursed, and then whatever it is you want to do.
Alright, here we go. Cursed.
Sounds like a plan. You must be sending an essay to Brian if,
Got
if
this.
you're going to need time from two songs. But
I'm about
He's going to be so cringy.
He's back in the.
Oh, he's back. Thank God. Thank God.
I love you guys, but I have a daughter and she's screaming like crazy. I was trying to put her to sleep.
Yeah, it's
so
screaming like
I had
crazy
to,
because you
had to
fucking
step away from the
crazy
microphone
NFT
for a second.
fuck.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
He's like buying an
I tried
NFT
to
while
cover
his
you
daughter's
with
laying on the
excuse, but I'm
stones.
lying.
She's like, "Eh."
Dude,
He's
wish
like, I
it was
gotta
an
buy this
excuse,
fucking
man. Seriously,
NFT,
sometimes I'm
bitch.
like, wow, Jesus. What did I miss? Lolis, did Lolis already sing?
No,
or
he
I-
didn't.
Not yet.
All right,
Fucking
well then I didn't miss anything
fuck.
important anyways.
Fuck.
So we were talking about projects buying metaverse land and how oftentimes it's a stupid idea to be spending a $10,000 budget on metaverse land on, let's say, like Decentraland, right? Because most of the time, it's not going to be able to do that because the project will have to gain rating assets to put into Decentraland. So it just doesn't make any sense. And the likelihood of any of these projects, having the liquid to make their 10,000 asset collection into 3D assets is, it's not likely at all.
Why?
Yeah, 0 to none, pretty much.
Oh, is it?
Pretty much.
And I know
Unless you have
because our project is being approached by, on a daily basis, at least 1 or 2 communities approaching us
Yeah,
right
because
now
your project fucking
to
blows,
build out
bro.
a game or metaverse experience for them, or or build out an assets or rig the assets for some kind of virtual platform integration. There's a whole lot of empty promises out there in projects that are minting now, and in projects that already minted and sitting on millions of dollars. But if you don't have the team and the knowledge of, even just how to organize a team that can put something like this together, people really put themselves over their head in this scenario. It's
something that a lot of investors should probably start asking is, do you have a proof of concept for that part of your roadmap? Show me the developer that you're going to hire, the team of developers that you're going to hire.
You're fucked.
that are gonna be
The
able to,
chat you're in, or the space you're in,
execute,
is fucked
a
when they're
metaverse,
gonna have someone sing to fill in the dead air.
Implementation, I guess, into that project that you're investing into. I think these are the questions that people miss, and yeah. So why don't you go ahead and kind of tell us a little bit about your project that you're working on, Brian? Because you have a very interesting project that you're kind of getting out there right now. It would be nice to hear exactly what you're doing.
Sure. Well, I guess we've been saying for a while, but we're launching really soon. No, we're launching on the 22nd. We have a more of a kind of a scheduled out rollout, and so the main preface of our project is to actually enable the projects that did deliver on some of these metaverse experiences, is to basically figure out a way how to connect them together. So we started the project, we're calling it the Bridgeverse, and it is a platform that exists on the Unreal Engine 5. And when I say exists on Unreal Engine 5, I mean it actually really exists on the Unreal Engine 5. And what I mean by that is that when you guys hear communities shilling out that they're building something in the Unreal 5, they're most likely lying.